What's going on YouTube is Donnie P all day, bringing you the Smith & Wesson Border Guard. This thing is big. This is a big lockback, and I love me some big knives. This is a big knife. Even though it has a tensioner that I have yet to play with, so far I haven't found myself able to really pop it open that fast. That's probably as fast as I can get it like that. However, just getting it a hint started and then flicking, just letting it open on a swing, the border guard will open quick. This is a giant. I think it's 10 1/4 overall. I think the blade is 4 1/4. The handle's 5 1/4. It's big. It's big. Let's see. We have jimping all over the place. That's actually usable and comfortable. Right here, we have some thumb jimping on the top. We have some jimping for the heel right here for the back of the hand, and even for the pinky and rolling around. And we do have a strap cutter here. It doesn't have a glass breaker. However, this is all steel, and I would have no problem smashing using this as a hammer. It does have a deep pocket clip. You hear that all the time, and you see the pocket clip end right there. No, this is a deep pocket clip. It has 2 points of resistance for the pocket to make it hold. It's not overly tight, so you don't have to wrestle it onto your pocket. This thing will go on. It will hold. I really like that. It's all steel construction aside from these little inserts here. But, I mean, honestly, that doesn't really matter. They're G10 slabs, and they're basically made to, I don't know if they're just made to add grip or just for the looks, but I don't know. I think you can actually feel it on the hand. I guess if you're right-handed, you'd feel it more because your fingers are going to hit it. Left-handed, it's hitting right at the top of the palm, so I guess it's going to add a little something. The pocket clip is not ambidextrous, so that's where it's going to go. You're not going to get it over here unless you take off the pocket clip, which I don't recommend because I think it's a good pocket clip. You do have 2 thumb studs. The steel is 7CR17 MOV, so you do have a high carbon blade. It's stone washed. All this is stainless, and it's just a monster. It's a monster. It's really attractive. I read the specs on this before I picked it up, and I still didn't expect it to be this big. I was not ready. I liked the shape. I liked the style. I just like the overall, it's kind of got that, if you remember Stallone's Demolition Man, it's kind of got that Demolition Man type look to it. That's what I think of it anyway. It's pretty cool. It's like the Terminator of folding knives. I do like this raised point right here is perfect, and you notice where it's not too far forward, so your finger's stretched out, but it's perfect so you can really push for digging into things. That's actually pretty good. It's well made. It's comfortable. Now, here's the thing with all these finger grooves right here. I happen to love them. Let's turn it around this way. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It fits perfect. On big hands, it fits perfect. I saw this guy go over this knife, and he was bitching about it because he's like, well, the thing's made for giants because there's no way anybody can get their hands on there. And he put his hands up, and his pinky was like way up here. And I'm like, well, you know what? Take some protein powder, get some length. I don't know what to tell you. This thing is awesome. So if you're a bigger guy especially, this thing is going to be crazy comfortable. If you're smaller, then you get the chance to choke up, and you're still going to, even though there's going to be 1 finger groove minus, this one right here, I don't know if they do this on purpose for the hand size difference, but these 2 right here are going to be good. If you're a smaller guy, this one right here is big enough for 2 fingers. So then you'd have all this hanging out, and you'd be able to wrap with that. With me, I can still wrap with that, even though it's only that much hanging out. Now, the finger grooves down here are jimped, which is really good because if you need to chop, and I haven't chopped with this yet, so we'll get into that. I was going to do this outside. Don't worry, I'm going to do the testing outside. but it started pouring just as I went to do my intro. So, well, I'm not going to do the intro in the pouring. So anyway, when I chop, I like to hold the end of the knife, and I like to let the knife do the work. This jimping right here is great for that. I can feel that's not going to come out of my hand, and if it does, I'm screwed because I'm wearing flip-flops and my feet are right there. But I'll tell you what, so far so good on the Border Guard, and that's just taken out of the package. Now, you do have these serrades right here, the serration, and it's a really, really sharp serration. I do like it. I don't know if this thing is shave sharp, and I think it is. Let me see. I can feel the hairs coming up. The problem is, well, it's stonewash. Oh yeah, there's some hairs. It's stonewash, so you can't really see it. But the problem is that you only have this much of a cutting edge before the serrations, and you're not going to shave with those serrations. Let me try the, ooh, wow, the tip. You're not going to shave with the serrations because you will tear yourself up. Oh man, the hairs are flying all over the place. All right, so actually this thing is shaving, and I wish I could show you that. I mean, it's not like you know, this is a Gillette 5-blade. It's a you know, it's decent. It's knocking hairs off. So I'm not gonna say it's shaving baby smooth, but it is definitely taking hairs off. So that's a good thing, man. But I want to get this outside. I don't know how I'm going to use this yet, the strap cutter. I don't know what I have that'll fit in there. I think I have some rope outside that might actually fit in there. I'm not going to go to my car and cut my seatbelt just for the sake of a video because as cool as that sounds, I'm just not going to do it. One thing, too, it's all steel construction, and it still has metal liners. Got to dig that. An all-steel knife with extra steel. And you can see that it is a liner lock, and the liner lock does hold well. It's dead centered, as a matter of fact, so I do like that. Speaking of dead center, let's see how it closes. Dead center, right? So I do like that. Overall, opening the package, you know, getting it home, checking it out, it's like, damn. I had on me the Kershaw Shuffle 2. So when the package came in for the Smith & Wesson, I used this to open it. And after doing so, it came open like this with a little plastic thing on the tip. I went, huh, look at this. This is what I was carrying, right? The Shuffle 2 was in my pocket, and the Shuffle 2's blade is the length of just the finger part right here. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. That knife is huge. Look at that. Look at that. Let's put it next to a case trapper. All right? This is a pretty big folding knife. Look at this. It's minuscule. Minuscule next to this Smith & Wesson. That, my friends, is just insane. But what I want to do is I want to get outside and I want to cut some stuff. So I think I might just have to fight the rain and do this one in the rain just for you guys because y'all stay golden. You're my people. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. We're going to press pause. We're going to go outside and let's go have some fun. All right. So let's get this big guy to work. And, you know, it's a good kind of thing that it's raining because with all steel construction, we're going to see if these G10 scales do add anything to the grip. Since it's wet, I'm going to need something. So first things first, let's go through the aluminum can. And I'll tell you what, that's no problem at all. But you can tell where the serrations are because when I hit this thing, hey. Hello. So when I hit this thing, the serrations caught part of it and just ripped. So for stuff like that, for a slice, you're going to go through no matter what because it's just sharp. However, keep in mind, them serrations are going to drag through stuff, which means if it's a defensive purpose, that's going to, coming out, that's going to be just an absolute terror right there. Not too bad. I can hear my can blowing away. All right, so let's go play in the rain. All right, let's get a couple drop tests and a couple downward throws. So, a 4-foot drop. Checking the balance on this guy. And for something with a giant heavy rear, that big blade is good. Now remember, this is a lockback, so we do not pry with a lockback when the blade goes in. Take it out this way, not this way. Lockbacks do have pivot points. However, I'm down to be all day and I got to check this tip, so I'm going to hold it below the pivot point to pry with. And it is a long Tonto, so I don't want to break it, but you can see I can put a little power into there, and that's way in there. Let me show you. That was that far in, and I was pulling on it. There's no deviation in there, man. That thing's still straight. That's not too bad. Let's do a couple downward throws. We'll see if all this is gonna loosen or hold up. A good downward throw is a great way to loosen a lockback. Man, look at that. Look at that. Holy mackerel. Ugh. Golly. That was in there. All right. Gosh. I can't believe that. Ugh. That's a good lockback right there. Man, that is in there. Okay, so now, here's the thing with this. This is about 50 pounds. It's odd shaped. So when you pull up on the knife, it's not pulling up straight. It's pulling up, and this thing is twisting, which means you're going to loosen an axis point. You're going to bend the blade. You could easily bend the tip, snap the tip, or loosen some scales. That is a great way. Picking up a 50-pound block of uneven weight with a knife when you pull up straight and the weight is forcing it to the side and you're fighting that, otherwise, you know, you'd be picking it up sideways, is a great way to tell if a knife is strong. So let's see. Does it close? Does it stay closed? Yep. Does it open? Yep. Is there any jiggling at all? Any wiggling at all? Not even a bit. So let's see. Told you I had some rope out here. And it does just fit in there. I might need a longer piece because I can't really get my hands on it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Strap cutter action right here. Should probably get the whole thing in there. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Ooh-wee, that was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I was ready for WrestleMania there with that thing. Woo! All right, so the strap cutter works. Just like my shit cutter. All right, so let's see. Easy money. It goes through 1. It goes through 2. No problem. Oh my goodness, look at, I just pushed that serrate into it and it just takes out chunks. This is a hard wood, very, very hard wood. Let's try it. Oh wow, we can shave with the tip. Pretty easy. Pretty easy. That's not bad at all, actually. That's pretty good. That's pretty good indeed. All right, so let's see. I want to take a thinner piece of wood though, because this will take forever and a day to hammer through that. So let's put it right there on that flat piece of blade. And voila. Nice, clean, beautiful cut through. Not too bad. Let's go see if we can do some chopping with this guy. Look at that, I dropped you guys and then you came into focus. What the hell was that? I'll tell you what. I don't know how that popped up. I don't even know what the hell happened there. The hell is a good term. But I'll tell you what, if it stays, I'll use it. I don't care. We're just going to get through this. As long as I'm focused right now, I don't care. I don't know how I did that. I just dropped the phone and picked it up, and now I'm the devil. All right. So, this is the devil right here. Look at this. Look at this chop. This is a lockback. This is a lockback, and it's chopping like a little hatchet. Man. Man, 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 man. Look at this. You know, those serrations are so overpowering. Raw! The serrations are so overpowering that you can't thinly shave. Like if I wanted to just do this and just take off the skin, you can't do this with the serrations because they're so sharp and so rugged that it just takes out so much material. However, look at this. Look how smooth this is, and that's just the flat part of the blade. That's the tip, or the or this flat area here. I love it. Let's see if we can use this serration. Man, I'll tell you what, doing feather sticks and whatnot with a serration is really, really nice. But holy mackerel, you got to be careful because it's so good, it's so sharp that it just shreds. Now I'm going to go backwards on the serrations to really, really get some feather sticking in, to get those fine hairs. And I'll tell you what, you can see it's happening. I'm not going to stand out there all day and do that, but look at this. That is easy money. Now let's try it with just the flat part. Man, this knife is a do-all. This is a do-all. I'm digging it, but let's go through this thing. I'm gonna figure out how to get rid of this. All right, I need to hurry up and make one stick. It's starting to rain a little bit more, so normally I'd go 3 yards with a lock back, but I'm gonna go 5 right here. And the reason I went 5 yards is because to me it feels, this thing in the hand felt more like a fixed blade. And I'm not bullshitting you guys, that's the first time I ever threw this knife. It left my hand like it belonged in there. Like it's like that's my home and that's where I'm going. Fantastic. All right, let's bring it inside and tell you what I think. Come on. All right, here we have it. The grand finale on the Smith & Wesson Border Guard. What do I think? I think this thing is awesome. Hey, look, dude, it sees a face and it attached to it. You gotta be kidding me. That's pretty funny. Ma, you're the devil. That's pretty crazy. I gotta figure out how to get rid of that thing. It's killing my Blanche. So here we have it, man. This thing is pretty cool. It's big. It's big, no doubt about it. This is a big guy right here. This is fun to use. It's fun to hold. I like it. It stood up to everything. There isn't a wobble, a wiggle, or anything that doesn't belong in this knife. It is sturdy. It is pretty sturdy. I love the steel construction. This is something that I'll probably never use because I don't use seatbelts, so I don't have to cut myself out. But that's where all the brain activity comes from. Just, having it, it's better to have something and not need it than to need it and not have it. We all know that, especially with a name like Smith & Wesson. I'll tell you, if you guys are looking for a big lockback and you want to spend less than $30, this guy right here should be a 100% should be an option. 100% should be an option. I think it's under $25, depending on where you get it. You can get it even maybe cheaper. I don't know. But I know you can find them on eBay all day long. And old Smith & Wesson, I'll tell you what, they put some work into this thing, and I gotta say it's good work. It's good work. I really, really enjoyed this blade. This is something I can see for myself as a carry, and mainly as a protection carry. That's where I see this knife. Utility wise, it does have the kind of things that you would want in a blade if you're talking about if you're a traveler and you travel in cars and you have to worry about getting locked inside of a car. I can see where that comes in, but for me, first and foremost, This is something that I would use in self-defense. You know, you get attacked by Bigfoot, you're gonna take them out. This is pretty cool. It's big, it's rugged, it's badass. It's the Border Guard. I'm gonna build a fence for it right here. It's just awesome. It's cool. So yeah, if you're looking for an underpriced gigantic lockback that is strong as nut, this is the one. Good knife. I recommend it. I'm Donnie B all day, and until next knife.